morning, this is Bob Mason from FX Empire and welcome to another daily crypto tech review of Bitcoin, EOS, Ethereum and Ripple's XRP against the dollar. We'll be looking at support, resistance and pivot levels, MACDs and moving averages. Jumping straight into Bitcoin against the dollar and the hourly candlestick, it's been a bullish start to the day. Going to need to see Bitcoin avoid a pullback through the pivot at 92.53. Support another run at this first major resistance level sitting at 93.05. Going to need to see support from the broader market for a breakout from this morning's high 9303.8 to break out through that first major resistance level. Barring extended rally, should see the first major resistance level cap in the upside on the day. In the event of a breakout, could see second major resistance level sitting at 93.64 and 9,400 levels come into play before any pullback. Fall through the pivot, and we've got the first major support level sitting at 91.94. Barring extended sell-off, should avoid sub 9,100s. We've got the second major support level sitting at 91.41 to limit the downside. Looking at the MACD and the moving averages, histograms on the MACD bullish in the early part of the day, narrowing, however, suggesting a possible pullback. We're also seeing a narrowing between the 50 and the 100 moving averages, suggesting an imminent move. So avoiding that pivot level will be key. Looking at the trend analysis, that near-term bullish trend formed back in mid-March remains intact. Bitcoin's going to need to break out through today's resistance levels, however, and target 9795s, that first key resistance level, to then break back through to 10,000s and the second key resistance level at 10398. Breakout through 10398 would support that near-term bullish trend. A breakdown through the support levels of the day would bring sub 9,000s and the first key support level sitting at 88.55 into play. A breakdown through 88.55 to 86.20 would reverse that near-term bullish trend. Moving across to EOS against the dollar and the hourly candlesticks. Bullish start to the day. Going to need to see EOS void the pivot at 61.90 to continue supporting a run at the first major resistance level, 66.51. Barring extended rally, that first major resistance level should cap in the upside on the day. Fall through the pivot, bring the first major support level sitting at 59.84 into play. Barring extended sell-off, should see EOS avoid sub 255s. Got the second major support level sitting at 257.33 to limit the downside. Looking at the MACD, slight narrowing of the histograms on the bullish trend. We've got a marginal widening of the 50 EMA against the 100 and 200, however, that should support an upward trend on the day. So avoiding that pivot level will be key. On the trend analysis, a break back through the highs earlier in the week at 272.96 would support a run at this first key resistance level at 290. EOS would then need to break out through to 311s and the second key resistance level at 311.04 to support that near-term bullish trend. A pullback through to sub 240s and we've got the key support level at 219.26, a breakdown through 219.26, and we've got a bullish trend reversal. Moving across to Ethereum against the dollar and the hourly candlesticks, bullish start to the day. Seeing Ethereum test that first major resistance level sitting at 241.36 with an early high 241.59. Avoiding a pullback through the pivot sitting at 239.40 would support this upward momentum through the day. Barring extended sell-off, however, that first major resistance level probably cap in the upside. Fall through the pivot, got the first major support level sitting at 237.21. Barring extended sell-off, should see Ethereum avoid sub 235. So we've got the second major support level sitting at 235.24. Looking at the MACD, widening of the histograms through the morning, supporting this upward trend. We're also seeing a slight widening of the 50-day EMA against the 100 and 200, supporting a possible breakout. So steering clear of the pivot level is also key for Ethereum. Looking at the trend analysis, going to need to see Ethereum break out from current week high 249s to take a run at the first key resistance level at 253.60. Breakout through there would then bring the 23.6% fib at 257s into play, and that would be supportive of that near-term bullish trend formed back in mid-March. Breakdown through 230s would then bring the first key support level at 215.16 into play. Break down through 215s, and you got the second major support level sitting at 176.43. Fall through there, and you got a bullish trend reversal. So avoiding sub 230s is key on the trend analysis. Finally, looking at Ripple's XRP against the dollar. On the hourly candlestick, mixed start to the day. We've seen Ethereum pull back through that pivot. So a move back through the pivot at 2015 would then support another run at the first major resistance level at 2048. Going to need to see support from the broader market, however, to break back through the morning high. Those at 2340. Failure to break back through the pivot would bring the first major support level sitting at 1976 into play. Bar an extended sell-off, should avoid sub 19s. We've got the second major support level at 1945 to limit the downside. On the MACD, we're seeing a possible bearish crossover with the narrowing of the bullish histograms here. And we're seeing a narrowing of the 50 EMA against the 100 and 200, suggestive of a possible pullback. So moving back through the pivot will be key for Ripple's XRP on the day. Looking at the trend analysis and the daily candlesticks here. So a break back through the current week high, 21,199, would support another run at that first key resistance level, sitting at 2150. Breakout through 2150 would then deliver 2357, so second key resistance level that Ripple's XRP would need to break out from to support that near-term bullish trend. A breakdown through sub 19s to sub 1750s, and then we've got the key support level sitting at 1690. Breakdown through 1690, and you got a bullish trend reversal. So avoiding sub 19s is key near term, and 1750 would be a signal of a possible sell-off.